Welcome back to Midday Live. Kweku Timing has joined us. Kweku, motorists are iffy because we understand that government still owes the bulk distribution companies, and so we may experience some fuel shortage. What have you gathered in terms of progress?
Well, just like you, a journalist, and just like our viewers who were seeking answers, this afternoon I'll try to find out from the bulk petroleum suppliers if indeed we are supposed to expect that shortage. But obviously we'll be giving you details of other interesting trends on inflation and the like. Bridget, I'm happy to serve you with the best of business. Let's get into our very first story. Now, the central bank governor, that's Dr. Kofi Henry Wampa, has assured inflation would decline when the Ghana receives proceeds from the cocoa syndicated loan and also the sale of the euro bond on the international market. Well, he obviously believes that the economy will stabilize around the period. But a senior lecturer at the University of Ghana, William Babwatin, disputes the forecast, saying challenges from the petroleum price hikes on the international market would deflate that assertion. Central Bank Governor Dr. Henry Wampa assured the $3 billion inflows expected from the sale of the seasonal cocoa syndicated loan and the sale of the Eurobond will cushion the cedi and further arrest any related inflationary trends. The Ghana Statistical Service anticipates a bumper harvest with the onset of the rains. But senior economics lecturer at the University of Ghana, Dr. William Babwatin, has described the forecast as shallow, questioning how government intends to address the rising cost of petroleum on the international market.
We should expect prices of fuel products to go up. We are talking about trying to also increase utility tariffs. And this will also affect it. The moment you increase fuel prices, no matter the bumper harvest that you think you have, food must be transported from the farm to the market. So if you look at the fundamentals and the transmission mechanism, I don't think we should expect inflation to slow down. I mean, we will have 15%. I think it will inch up gradually to about 16.5%.
The Ghana Statistical Service on Wednesday, June 9, announced inflation was up from 14.8% to 15% in June. We sought to find out the implications on the market prices. Mohammed Jali is a butcher at the Medina market.
30 million last year. Say 40.
Price of a cow has now increased from 3,000 to 4,000 cedis. This is mainly due to the pressure on forex.
The real estate sector has also suffered major setbacks as a result of the continuous rise in inflation.
We were buying cement close to about 22.5 Ghana cedi, and as of today, it's close to about 35 in the market. Actually, what you are trying to say is the cost of a house will go up.
In other stories, the Ghana Statistical Service says lack of required resources for research has had its effects on the statistical service or the statistical needs of the country. Well, board chairman Dr. Osebua Okanse is convinced that challenges could be addressed when it implements a 5-year statistic project which will provide accurate, timely and accessible information for development.
Demand for quality statistics to reflect the country's population and human development has persisted. Beyond this, the National Statistical Service cannot meet the increasing demand for its services.
Currently, up to now, there have been difficulties, resource constraints. The people involved in the production and dissemination, they needed facility, they needed some resources to be able to do it. You need computers, you need field work, you need to collect the data, you need to process the data. If you do not have a backing, it is difficult to do that.
As the country progresses, there's a need for more reliable and accurate statistics for ministries, departments and agencies, as well as individuals. The Ghana Statistical Development Project aims at strengthening the service in the dissemination, production and use of statistics.
The objective is to ensure that relevant and quality statistics are produced on a timely basis. You would all agree with me that timely and reliable statistics are the basis for sound and effective decision making. Statistics are indispensable for good governance and constitute a key element in the development planning process.
The project, to be implemented by 10 ministries, has received a credit grant of $10 million from the British and Dutch government, with an additional $30 million fund from the World Bank.
Well, so the Minister of Trade and Industry, Haruna Idrisu, has tasked the Ghana Standards Authority to put in place appropriate structures to wean itself off government subvention by June 2015. He threw the challenge when he inaugurated the new board of the authority here in Accra.
One of the things that this board and management can add as part of your success story will be for us to support a new government policy for the disintervention of Ghana Standards Authority to be on its own and to bear your own obligations of payment of wages and salaries of your workers, and to do other investment as your purse may allow you.
The minister urged the authority to ensure that exports meet international standards.
You are assuming the responsibility for this board at a very opportune time that government has decided to revise NRCD 175 and replace it with a more comprehensive bill, the Ghana Standards Authority Bill 2014. It will be laid before Parliament after Cabinet approval. Is now before Cabinet, which will be one in redefining what your proper role and mandate is in accordance with law, and to build synergies and a strong relationship between the Ghana Standards Authority and in particular the Food and Drugs Board.
He again asked the authority to liaise with the Energy Ministry to ensure transparency in the oil and gas industry. In an interview, the Chief Executive Officer of the authority and member of the board, Dr. George Ben Crensel, said plans were underway to ensure it fulfills the obligation of the ministry.
We've been thinking through it. We've met fair wages. We've explained things. We have other projects that we are pleading with government. If government will help us finish those projects, then maybe we can be on our own.
All right, so just before we go a little bit on petroleum, the bulk oil distribution companies are warning of an impending fuel shortage as government still owes them over $1 billion. Now, out of the $1.8 billion owed, government has paid only $450 million. We're trying to get some details on it, but we'll quickly get the story on this particular issue before we come back.
Country was plunged into petrol shortage for close to 1 week about a fortnight ago. The problem was attributed to a 1.8 billion cedi debt owed the bulk oil distribution companies. Currently, government has paid about 415 million cedis. At the Total filling station in Osu, supervisor explained the station requested 45,000 litres of petrol on Tuesday, July 8, but was supplied 18,000 litres. The station, however, received the required diesel and kerosene ordered for. At the Goil filling station at Nima, Samuel Sapon explained the station requested 45,000 litres of petrol but was supplied 16,000. He added 4 attendants had to be laid off due to the losses in revenue. The Shell filling station also feared a shortage if the requested 16,000 litres of petrol was not delivered. TV3 has gathered the banks have refused to issue letters of credit to the BDCs due to government indebtedness to them. Ghana has experienced 2 acute shortages of petrol since the beginning of the year.
All right, so we've tried to reach Senor Hosi, who's the CEO of bulk oil distribution companies, but we couldn't make it through to him. Later in the day, we would update you more on this particular story. Indeed, if there is a scare of fuel shortage. My name is Kwekutemi. Many thanks for staying with us.